Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this August 13th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody had a great Sunday out there so far. Hope everybody has a great Sunday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to talk about your forecast for Monday and Tuesday. Also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the storm reports that came in this afternoon, and also the Storm Prediction Center overview and a few other products. And also, we're going to take a look at the tropics, as we do have a system that has a 20% of chance of development over the next 7 days in the tropical Atlantic over there in the eastern tropical Atlantic near the African coast. If you'd like to check out the video, I had a little bit of detail on that forecast in the earlier forecast video. You're welcome to check that out again. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like my forecast as well. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button today and you're in. Alrighty, and also like these videos and share these videos, and let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks. Alrighty. As you can see here, we got quiet conditions extending from Quebec, Canada through southern Canada, all the way back to Vancouver, Canada as well. Also towards Minnesota, toward Dallas, also down toward the Houston area, portion of Mississippi, also down into the Gulf of Mexico, down into the northern Mexico, central Mexico as well, into the Gulf of California, also toward Los Angeles, San Francisco. Also in the portion of Nevada, Utah, up towards Montana, and back up to Oregon as well. Alright, we got a few patches of showers and storms over Northern California, also northeastern California as well. A little bit over Nevada. We got more showers and storms over portions of southern Utah and the portion of Colorado, down in Arizona, right along the Arizona-New Mexico border in New Mexico as well. Also in the North Texas, also in the portions of Oklahoma. Alright. Excuse me. We got a few showers and storms over portions of central Texas, also just south of Dallas, all the way back into Mississippi, down toward the Louisiana area, Gulf Coast region, and the Panhandle area of Florida, the Big Bend region there as well. Also down into the Florida Keys, also toward Miami, Florida, through the Carolinas, also up into Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, Boston, New Hampshire, also toward Montreal, Canada, Toronto, back over toward Michigan, Wisconsin, also into Minnesota and Iowa as well. Alright, the red slashed area there could be some heavy rain, flash flooding from portions of New York City all the way down into portions of eastern Tennessee. Also some severe weather in the same area from Kentucky to Tennessee, all the way over toward Philadelphia and Washington, D.C., even portions of North Carolina, even Virginia. Some severe weather will be possible in that region as well for your Monday. Alright, let's move on to your Tuesday forecast. Alright, as you can see, we got quiet conditions stemming from Quebec, Canada through southern Canada, all the way back to Vancouver, Canada. Also in the Seattle, Washington, portion of Oregon, down from San Francisco, Los Angeles, Gulf of California. Also in the northern and central portion of Mexico. We have Hurricane Fernanda over here in the eastern tropical Pacific. Also, we got dry conditions expected over toward Dallas, also in Arkansas, through much of Tennessee, portion of Kentucky, through Illinois, through portions of Michigan, also into Wisconsin, Minnesota, North and South Dakota, Montana there as well, and also in toward Denver, Colorado. Alright, we got some scattered activity over portion of Oregon, Northern California, Central California, more widespread showers and storms expected over Arizona, Utah, portion of Colorado, New Mexico, right along the Mexico-U.S. border. Also, we got some showers up here in portions of the Great Lakes region, right along the Canadian border. Also, we have more showers and storms over here in Texas, back toward Houston, over toward the Florida Panhandle, Big Bend region of Florida, back down to the Florida Keys, Miami, Florida, through the Carolinas and Georgia, including the Atlanta metro area. I went toward to Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York, Boston, all the way up into portions of Maine, through Montreal, Toronto, Canada, also back over to Chicago, Illinois there as well, in northern Kentucky. Alrighty, in the red slashed area across northeastern South Carolina through eastern North Carolina and out of Banks. Some flash flooding, heavy rain possible. And up here around Philadelphia, down to Washington, D.C., some severe weather possible for your Tuesday. All right, weather radar time. We got showers and storms over the Maine up here, moving on into southeast Canada. Scattered activity elsewhere, some scattered activity off in the coastal waters. Also, we have some showers and storms down in central and southern Florida, even including the Gulf of Mexico as well. More widespread showers and storms over Alabama, portions of Georgia, through Tennessee, Kentucky, all the way into Illinois, Indiana. Scattered activity over Michigan, also into portions of Wisconsin. More widespread showers and storms over the Dakotas, also into Minnesota, also into portions of Iowa, back into Kansas and Nebraska, also North Texas, also into New Mexico, back into portions of California, Nevada, and Arizona as well. Scattered activity over Mexico and West Texas. Also got some ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings. That was in effect, but they have been canceled. Alright, let's take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map for your location across the nation. Alright, we got a severe thunderstorm watch over portions of Maine up here with some flood advisory there as well. Some beach hazard statement for portions of New York. Also up here in portions of Minnesota and Wisconsin. River flood warning still continues for you guys in South Dakota. We have a wind advisory and some flood watches in effect for portions of you guys in New Mexico. Flood in southern, also in the portions of Illinois and Kentucky as well. Severe thunderstorm watch, ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings also in effect for Kansas and also Oklahoma and North Texas. We got a big real estate area of heat advisory from southeast Virginia through eastern North Carolina, through much of South Carolina, back into northern Georgia, southern Florida, in the portions of Tennessee, Alabama over here, and also into Mississippi. A little area there in portions of Arkansas, also into portions of South Texas, West Texas as well. Sets of heat warnings also in effect. Sorry, for you guys here in much of Florida, also into Georgia, much of Alabama, much of Mississippi, all of Louisiana, much of Arkansas, much of southeastern and southern Oklahoma, much of Texas. Got some fire red flag warnings there as well for central and southwest Texas and northwest Texas as well. Alright, says of heat warnings also in effect, scattered about here in portions of Arizona and Southern California, with some flood advisory there as well. Alright, heat advisories also for Central California, much of Oregon, much of Idaho and western portions of Montana. Also got a little bit of fire weather watches in effect for portions of Montana. Red says of heat warnings and also in effect for you guys in Washington State, also Western Oregon, Northern California, with a few counties there with a red flag warning also in effect. Alaska looks good, and the Hawaii and Chain Island looks a-okay at this time. Alright, Storm Prediction Center time. Here we go, folks. Alright, as you can see here, we got there's that severe thunderstorm watch in the northeast in that slight risk area. Some scattered about severe thunderstorm watches over Mississippi, also into Alabama, also into portions of Tennessee. As a line of showers and storms continue to push on off to the east-southeast. Scattered activity over Georgia and Alabama, like I said, down in Florida, back in the southwest, and more widespread showers and storms up here in Minnesota. Scattered activity in the Dakotas as well. Alright, convective outlook, you can see a little better. Slight risk in the northeast, marginal risk there as well. There's a marginal risk extending from Colorado as far east as Kentucky, Tennessee, and also into northwest Georgia, and far north is Minnesota and Iowa. Slight risk from North Texas all the way to Kentucky and Tennessee, North Alabama, and enhanced risk over pretty much over Missouri. The one up here in Maine and portion of New Hampshire. Also a few in, there's got a couple here in portions of Tennessee, Alabama, northeastern Mississippi, also North Texas, much of Oklahoma, and much of Kansas as well. Alright, MDS discussion, currently nothing. Storm reports, currently as of this recording, tornado report 0. Wind report, we had 51, 0 was high. Hail report, we had 16, 2 of them was large. Total number is 67 currently at this as of this recording, but I do expect them to increase. So expect more to continue through the remainder of the evening and afternoon hours. See, the wind report pretty much was up in Maine, also in the portion of Vermont, also in New Hampshire, also over toward Massachusetts, also in the northern Alabama, central and western Kansas, and northeast. Fire weather. We have an elevated risk over here in Texas and also over here in Oregon, where you've seen the red flag warnings. Means a wildfire can escape quickly with little to no advance warning. And finally, let's take a look at the tropical weather outlook. All right, we got no tropical cyclone activity over the next 48 hours. This is that little wave here they're watching. I had a little detail today. I said that little did say that little system did look a little suspicious. It was kind of so, but they have not did anything yet. But you can check out my video from earlier today, and there's that 20% chance of development over the next 7 days. All right. Eastern tropical Atlantic, a broad area of low pressure is forecast to develop during the middle part of this week over the far eastern Atlantic between the Cape Cabo Verde Islands and the west coast of Africa. Some slow development of this system is possible later this week as it moves west-northwestward to northwestward across the eastern tropical Atlantic. Formation chance through 48 hours, low 0%. Formation chance through 7 days is low at 20%. All right. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well. Enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribing if you have not. And we'll catch you back in the next video. Have a great Sunday evening, everyone.